Hmm. Uh, I wonder what that button does. Well, we're going to find out here soon. Oh! Ah! Okay. That's kind of interesting. Here, have a light. Ah!
What is it?
Hmm.
Thank you. So, what do you have for me? This is amazing, love. I'll be sure to treasure it.
You're welcome.
Your perseverance will only lead to disappointments. Still, you persist. Very well. You may enter.
Wow. Just sensing your magica reserves. You truly are incredible.
I am that which you have been seeking. Your efforts are in vain. It has already begun. But those who have sent you have not told you what they seek, what you seek. Indeed. And so you have come looking, though you do not know why. Like others before you, you blindly follow a path to your own destruction. The Thalmor came seeking answers as well, unaware they will be his undoing. Your path now follows his, though you will arrive too late. No, though you may be the last, the one who calls himself Ankano has sought my knowledge as well, through very different questions. Your path differs from most. You are being guided, pushed towards something. It is a good path, one untraveled by many. It is a path that can save your college. I will tell you what you need to know to follow it further. You, and those aiding you, wish to know more about the Eye of Magnus. You wish to avoid the disaster of which you are not yet aware. To see through Magnus's eye without being blinded, you require his staff. Events now spiral quickly towards the inevitable center. So you must act with haste. Take this knowledge to your archmage.
What's our next move?
All right. I have, actually. Have you ever read The Herbalist's Guide to Skyrim? Oh, well, then you should. It's a reference for all things alchemical in the land of Skyrim. Well, at least most of the big ones. Jazbay, Bleeding Crown, Nirnroot, Deathbell. So many different types of ingredients and properties. It's truly fascinating. The illustrations are so vivid, and pretty accurate too. Forgive me, I get carried away when I talk about these things. I read it after you brought me back home for the first time. The castle certainly hasn't aged well, but at least someone's been updating our family library. This book was on my rather long reading list, because, you know, I only have 1,000 years worth of catching up to do. Both fun and not fun. Even for a bookworm such as myself, this was quite overwhelming.
Okay. Well, we have to go this way. I guess you could say that moment was a blink and you'll miss it type of moment. Yes, that was a bad pun, and I'm not ashamed for it.
What you learn here will last you a lifetime. Several, if you're talented. Really? And what might that be? I'm sorry, what? Well, I'd certainly love to have such a powerful staff, but I'm not really sure that any of us need it. And how do you know of this? Did you really? And he specifically mentioned the Staff of Magnus? I'm impressed with your initiative. Of course, someone will need to follow up on this. A most impressive attitude. Keep this up, and you'll do quite well for yourself. Something as specific and ancient as the Staff of Magnus. I'm not sure we'd ever find something like that. I seem to recall Mirabelle mentioning the staff somewhat recently. Why don't you see if she can tell you anything? I'm quite pleased with your progress, you know. You've certainly proven yourself to be more than a mere apprentice. Well done. This circlet once proved invaluable to me. I hope it can be of use to you now.
Okay. Oh, anything else?
Mirabelle is helpful in locating the staff. I don't know. If the augur suggested it, there must be a good reason for locating it. I'm afraid I don't see the connection, though.
Okay. Hey, can I?
The exact nature of my research is a secret, I'm afraid. But it really is quite... You mean the official sort of business? Well, no. No, not really. But I can't help but notice that you're doing quite well for yourself. Rising through the ranks and all. It may not be official, but there is a project I've been working on. I wonder if perhaps you could assist with it. Yes. No, I don't think so. Not at this point. It's just that, well, I'm not even really sure it's going to amount to anything just yet. All theoretical right now, you understand? But the implications are quite intriguing, I think. I simply need some experimental results to confirm my suspicions. Just bring me some Dwemer cogs. I need to examine them for the methods used in forging them. 10 of them should be enough for me to get a better understanding of how they were crafted. That's all I need, all right?
Okay. Hmm. 10 Dwemer cogs. Oh.
Please don't bother the Archmage unless it's absolutely necessary. Well, now that's an odd question. Why in the world would you be asking? The Eye of Magnus? I can appreciate that this thing, this orb, it's very impressive, very unique, and definitely worth studying. But let's not jump to any conclusions or assign it importance beyond what we're certain of. The Augur. Just what have you gotten yourself involved in? Whatever is going on, whatever you're up to, be very careful. Well, it's said to be very powerful. Has the capacity to store an incredible amount of magical power, as the story goes. But it's more myth than anything at this point. I've no doubt that it actually exists, but no one has seen it in, what, decades? Longer? I'm not sure. The only time I've heard it mentioned was when those Synod characters showed up some months ago looking for it. Mages based out of Cyrodiil. They fancy themselves the imperial authority on magic these last few hundred years. My understanding is that all they really do is make noise in an attempt to curry favor from the Emperor.
Of course.
Lots of politics, little magic. I was quite surprised to find them on our doorstep. They seemed amiable enough, but their line of questioning made me uneasy. It became clear they're trying to hoard powerful artifacts, looking to consolidate power.
I think I may know why.
No one here does. The Synod seemed convinced it was somewhere in Skyrim. They inquired about the ruins of Mzulft, but that's all I remember. It sounded like they were heading there, though they were rather secretive about why. I suppose if you're intent on looking for the staff, there's a chance they might be in Mzulft yet. Just don't expect them to be cooperative.
Okay.
I'm not really sure. Made and used by Magnus himself, if you believe those sorts of things. I believe I've heard it said that it's the only thing that could adequately contain his power. The sort of embellishment wizards of ancient times loved to make.
Ah.
I'm working on some very important research, I assure you.
It's always encouraging to
Does
see the
he-
younger generations embracing education.
Okay.
All right, then.
No.
If you have a moment, could you help me with something? I know I don't like the way he looks at me. I can't tell if he expects me to blow myself up or to try and murder him, but he clearly doesn't trust any of us. So far, if only because no one is telling me how great I ought to be. I just want to learn. I don't want to think about what's expected of me. We're all trying to become better mages, right? Well, I need someone I can practice a few spells on. Nothing dangerous, really. Would you be willing to assist me?
Okay.
Oh, good. I was afraid I'd have to go ask J'zargo. Now, you just stand there. Just hold still, and don't move. There! Now Oh dear. That wasn't supposed to happen. Do you feel alright? You look very, green. I am so very sorry. I went over this again and again, and I was sure it would have better results. I'm not really sure. I think it's just a minor miscalculation on my part. I'm sure it will wear off soon. When it does, you'll be perfectly fine, and then we can try again. In the meantime, I'll see about figuring out what went wrong.
Okay. Oh.
I still need some help, if you can spare the time.
Yeah. Hold on. It's all green.
I still help, if you can spare the time.
Yeah, hold on.
Didn't you know? Before the Oblivion Crisis, many elves called Winterhold their home. More visited the college from Morrowind every year. After, growing distrust of magic made life difficult for many. Some left rather than endure the growing hatred from the local Nords. Others returned home after the Red Year, when Vardenfell erupted and caused much destruction. Winterhold itself died in the years between then and now. What's left out there is a husk. Only the college really remains. I'd better get going.
Everything is green.
Tools, wares, and weapons, all for sale at fair prices. Help me! Bandits! They sacked the caravan, killed Sandrasa. Yes. Take me to Windhelm. One of the other caravans sells their wares there. Please. I don't have much time. Thank you, traveler. Thank you so much. You adventurers are so gullible. I'm staying out. Damn you! Come and see what goods I offer.
able to bring you these fine goods. Come and see what I offer.
Don't like those ice you got. There's a bad hunger to them.
Oh,
Good
hey.
day.
Yep, you too.
Wares and weapons, all for sale at fair prices.
Don't you see? I am master of the arcane. You will suffer!
You know, you could have waited a bit longer. So, off we are to this Mzulft.
What is it?
Don't we have some more important things to worry about right now?
while you still can! You're outmatched.
I'm glad you're here. I have, actually. And if I wasn't an adventurer now, I would probably be running a shop or two. Maybe even a conglomerate, if the divines would permit. Ever since I was a child back on the island, I'd particularly be interested in the merchants that would come to our castle every now and then. Of course, these were weird merchants, to say the least, with peculiar and eccentric collections. These vendors make even Bellathor look weird. My father was kind of into those things, though. I mean, it wasn't anything particularly weird for someone who fancied himself as vampire royalty, and who also was a staunch Daedra worshipper. Point is, there was just something in how these men sold and marketed their products. Kinda made me interested in the whole shopkeeping thing. Weird shopkeeping things, but still. I was thinking it was solitude that got me into conjuration, really. A skeleton doesn't sound like great company, but, well, I felt very lonely. But hey, not anymore. Thanks to you.